Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Pallet Over Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of Warhammer 40k Combat Patrol magazine. As per usual, with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and of course, drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It does really go a massive way to helping out the channel too. Now, this week, we're on issue 58. Of good old Combat Patrol magazine. It is part two of our Cthonian Berserks. The final part to our actual Combat Patrol for the Leagues of Votann. However, we still have the bonus minis to come, which is the Ioneer Halfguard in 2 issues. Well, yeah, 2 issues time really. So 2 weeks time, which will be really cool. And then that'll round it out. So, Cthonian Berserks. This week we get 1 single sprue. And we have the bases. Now, obviously, the Cthonian Berserks do have some small little pieces, so you do need to take a bit of care with building these guys, because it is going to be fiddly. If you're like me, you're going to probably be dropping some pieces, so make sure you're doing it in a very clear area, but you're going to be able to find them parts if you do drop them, because otherwise that's going to be a bit of a nightmare. But real cool, when you're done, you're going to have a bunch of new minis to add to your little army of squats or Leagues of Votann and your kindred, which will be really cool. So some of them, as you can see, are carrying good old plasma axes. There's power fists. There's even a gun, which is always really good fun. So pretty cool stuff. They are a unique unit, and you can get some more Chthonians if you wanted to add to the kind of build up an army around this set if you wanted to. You've got things like the Cthonian Earth Shakers, I think they're called. You have new units that have been brought out as well. So there's a new leader unit who has like the carapace of a Tyrannid that he's wearing as kind of like a cloak and stuff like that, which is really cool. And you have some other bits and pieces, including a new vehicle. And vehicles are some of the Leagues of Votann best units, in my opinion. The Hecaton Land Fortress, absolutely fantastic. Sagittor is really good as well. But Sagittor is what I've got, and I need to get my hands on that Hecaton Land Fortress, really. Should really pull my finger out and get one of them before they're discontinued or something stupid. Anyway, enough rambling. The How to Paint guide. Obviously, last week we had our How to Build guide. There are quite a few steps to it, so be careful with it and everything. I say, don't drop your pieces, because it's going to be a nightmare. Paint guide. Fairly straightforward. It's up to you if you're following this colour scheme or not. If you've already started with this colour scheme, stick with this colour scheme and carry on with it. If you're not and you're like me, and you like to be awkward and do your own thing, do your own thing, by all means. Either way, have fun painting. Just remember, if you're new to painting, you're not going to be a pro straight off the bat. If you're an old hand at painting and you're just using this magazine to refresh or anything like that, have at it, have a bit of fun with it, encourage people who are new to the hobby, and away you go. But real good stuff. Obviously, when we're complete with these pages, this is not the end for our Leagues of Votann minis. There will be some other bits and pieces that will get updated later on before it's actually fully complete. But otherwise, the colour scheme is really nice in the magazine. It's just not my colour scheme, unfortunately, but super cool, really enjoyable colour scheme. One of the most pleasing to look at, so I can't knock anybody for going for it. So enjoy yourself, take your time with it, and I'm sure you'll have a great looking mini at the end of it. So pretty cool stuff there. Moving on from there, we get more information and lore to do with the Leagues of Votann. This is all to do with the League territories. So all kindreds will hold sway over some place that they call home, whether a small hold world, a nomadic flotilla of vessels, or a gargantuan void station. But the leagues, each formed of many kindreds, boast larger territories still, which they expand, exploit, and protect with their characteristic single-minded dog and determination. The better known and more powerful of the leagues each lay claims to vast interstellar empires that they call territories. These may contain any number of worlds, from those teeming with valuable resources to barren desert planets devoid of life or any materials of any interest. Within these vast holdings, the leagues maintain their military forces. Their kin hosts' demand for the machinery of war is fed by great centres of production, and the armies are staffed by kin from many populated worlds that are spread around the territory. Other worlds within the territory will be mercilessly harvested for resources, efficiently stripping them of every last material or mineral of any possible use until there is nothing left to take from them. So, as you can imagine, the leagues are very, very mining and efficient in their methodical destruction of worlds to gain resources. But it's not really a destruction. They literally just mine them dry until there's nothing left on there, and it's just a barren world. So, pretty interesting and a little bit different. Obviously, the leagues do live and reside in the Galactic core. The Galactic core is a vast area of space that is beset by all sorts of dangerous anomalies and phenomena. It is in the volatile region that the leagues make their homes. So, the crucible of the Galactic core is one of the least comprehended areas of space in the whole galaxy. The fundamental forces of nature are intensified here, and the sheer density of the stars packed into the area is unlike anywhere else. The leagues who inhabit this perilous region have laid claim to much of the core, and their presence and activities are one of the defining forces in the area. So, a little bit more information about the Galactic core there. You also get a map as well with a load of little icons all here, there and everywhere, showing some of the different areas. So we have the Ymir conglomerate taking over this little section down here. You have the good old Greater Thurian League in this section here, and a few others and bits and pieces. And that's how generally these big leagues kind of operate. They take over these vast areas. There are loads of worlds, there are moons, there are satellites, all within these areas that the leagues of Votann like to utilise to their benefit, if they have a benefit. If it doesn't have a benefit, they leave it alone, but they will prospect it first, which is why you have like the Hernkin Pioneers and such like that. And yeah, pretty cool stuff. Really, really interesting and quite good fun. So, gives you a good understanding about how the Leagues of Votann society works. Then you have information about life within the Galactic core itself, and the Cthonian mining guilds on these pages as well. So, yeah, there are many, many different ways of utilising all this information and building it up for your own logical lore if you're going to be a Leagues of Votann player. Then moving on, we have campaign pages. So we have Eldari versus Orcs, which is using the forward outpost rule set and scenario. So we've already kind of done this type of thing before, so you get that scenario again, which is good fun. It's on Core Missions page 3. So yeah, have a bit of fun with it, enjoy yourself. Eldari versus Orcs could be a real good fun bit. Obviously the Eldari are a little bit more shooty, and the Orcs are a little bit more punch you in the facey. So yeah, good stuff. And obviously you get your campaign victories on the back as well. And obviously we already have a chart for tracking all of these as well. So by all means, tick it off on there if you're playing through it. Enjoy yourself. Good fun. Then moving on, we have Chaos Space Marines versus Orcs, because we want to verse the Orcs a lot. So Chaos Space Marines, obviously, they're willing to destroy and kill anything that they see. Orcs are also the same. They will fight anything. They do not care that they are Chaos Space Marines and they're slightly intimidating. The Orcs will go head to head with them and keep on pounding against it until smashy nicey time, or they're all dead. Either way, they will have fun with it. So pretty cool. You're using the Scorched Earth rules on this, so from Core Mission 04. Have a bit of fun with it, enjoy yourself. But good fun. And obviously tick it off on the tracker as you go. Moving on from there, we have our actual combat patrol listed for the good old Leagues of Votann. So this is War Specs Prospect. So we have our, obviously we have our Carl, we have our Thane, we have our good old Cthonian Berserks, we have our Herne King Pioneers and the Half King Warriors, all to get going with it. So pretty cool stuff, real enjoyable. And you get a breakdown of all the different weapons as well that they'll be carrying, just because you'll need them for kind of comprehension when looking at things like data sheets and stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. You get a nice image of them all just on the back there in that glorious kind of paint job, which looks absolutely spot on. So can't knock it, works very, very well. It's a real nice colour scheme. So happy days. Moving on from there, we get a new scenario for the week as well, Hunt Them Down. This is very Tyranidy and Leagues of Votann. So we are going up Leagues of Votann and Tyranids inside of a Space Hulk. If you're not sure what a Space Hulk is, it's a big dead ship essentially, but it's drifting through space. And yeah, factions like to board them and fight over them because they could be holding ancient relics within them, or you know, stuff like that. So using Battle Mat 1 and a bunch of the cards, you've got 2 deployment zones in the corners, and it is smashy smashy nicey time. Have a bit of fun with it, enjoy yourself, and play through quite well. Enjoyable, that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, moving on from there, we get datasheet abilities, Feel No Pain and Cyber Stims for the Leagues of Votann as well, so you get a bit of update about how to utilise both of those within your Leagues of Votann battles, and then obviously detailing everything to do with the victories conditions. So pretty cool stuff. As discussed last week, issue 61 and 62, we get about, well, 61, we get a battle mat, double-sided battle mat again. And from issue 61 going all the way through to issue 80, we are going to be getting Astra Militarum and Gene Stealer Cults. Pretty cool stuff. Really good fun units to have. I'm actually looking forward to both. Both of them should be really good fun. So, happy days. Anyway, next week is a bargain of an issue. So, issue 59. $9.99 for a 30, I think it's £38, 35, £38 vehicle for the Orcs, for Boom Dacker Snazwagon. Best vehicle name ever, if in my opinion. Super cool. I am really looking forward to that. It's going to be a real good fun one. I need to actually have a look at how it breaks down in terms of the build guide, because painting some parts of it are going to be a bit awkward for painting inside and everything, but that's a super cool unit. One of the best looking vehicles, super cool, with a grot tied to the front, very Mad Max-ish, real good stuff. Issue 60 will be our last Leagues of Votann issue though. It is the Ionia Hearthguard unit, so we get 5 there. Another one, very good value for money, so real good stuff there. Yeah, genuinely 2 issues I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on, and it should be good fun to have. And then we move on to Astra Militarum and Gene Stealers, which will be also real good fun. So pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I will see you sometime soon. Bye bye now.